Vacation made the nation. Change FM 96.1. The heart is full of Liberia.
Oh, yes. What a lovely day to say good morning. It's great to be back. Back on the Thursday morning. This is the TBS. Bum, bum, bum. Thursday morning. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show. If you're along the Liberia-Sierra Leone borders, I'd like to say good morning. Our network covering Liberia-Sierra Leone border, the Liberia-Guinea border. Would like to say good morning. Liberia-Ivory Coast borders. This is the sweet land of liberty. Welcome to the TBS on Truth 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. The love of liberty brought us together. Let justice be done to all. Good morning to the 15 counties. When you wake up in the morning, think about a better Liberia, a better country, a better district, a better people. Good morning, folks. So much to talk about this morning. This is Liberia's biggest breakfast show. From room to room, house to house, street to street. Just wherever you find yourself, good morning, welcome to the TBS. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Rebels, Maka Davis. To get us every breakfast straight up to 10 o'clock this morning. And I'd like to say good morning to our president. Always think well for your leader, yes. Good morning, Excellence, to the President of Liberia, President Joseph Human Boykai. I'm wishing you well this morning. Good health, good strength, wisdom. Wish your leaders well. Good morning to our lawmakers. I'm talking about our lawmakers, not the ones who leave, run away from the district. Yes, good morning. Think about a better district, a better people. Let's have a great time on the TBS. For now, straight up to 10 o'clock this morning. If you just come into our country, yes, welcome to Liberia. If you're leaving, go and return home. I mean, nowhere like home. Yes, the folks at the Rabas International Airport, the James Springfield, good morning. The National Port Authority, the Buchanan Port, the Harper Port, all of our entries, our Liberia entries to Liberia, Sierra Leone border, Liberia, Guinea border, Liberia, Ivory Coast borders would like to say good morning. This is the sweet land of liberty. Yes, good morning, folks. My name is O'Neill, along with Maka. It's great to be back on the Thursday morning. Good morning, Maka. How you doing this morning?
Yes, good morning, O'Neill. Good morning to our people following us this morning. We are grateful for life,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd like to say thanks to all of you who have been following us and who are always following us. Thanks. We're together again this morning up to 10 o'clock, the Thursday edition of the TBS. Yes, so this is it. O'Neill just fresh from observing because they get O'Neill just fresh from observing his birthday.
No resting,
Yeah,
man.
so-
No, it's a normal thing, man.
He's back on base, so we are grateful. And
Let me say this, Maka, right?
Mhm.
Those of you who are giving back, who are giving us, right?
Yeah.
We're collecting one or two things, right? Guess
Yeah.
what? I have this football team.
Mhm.
Hmm?
Baku FC.
Yes, Baku FC.
Okay.
Yes, and I want to say thank you to Maka for what he have done, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Once it was collected, we managed to get 2 new set of jersey.
Okay.
Yes, for young footballer, promising footballer. So those of you who are saying we're not taking a thing to eat it, we managed to get a 2 brand new set of jersey to prepare for the new season in Ghana's 2 Safi League. Yes, and 2 football. Whether that a regional or regional, I know that's 2 football. Good. But I want to say thank you so much. You did well as a friend and as a brother.
Yeah.
Standing, it's a parable to say a man who has friends must sincerely be friendly, but there are some friends more than your own brother.
Yeah.
So I
Sure.
highly appreciate what you did yesterday.
Yes. Thank you. Like we said from the very beginning, we needed to do some reach out and impact. So I mean, it is important. What you've done is an impact on the young people's life. That's exactly the reason why we reach out to people to help. And to those of you who contributed, we want to say congratulations to all of you. In fact, almost all of you said.
And imagine,
We
Maka,
should not mention-
some 2 worst things happen.
Mhm. Yeah.
Interestingly, I called a politician and the lady said, "Why you keep disturbing?" And I switched off the phone. One. Another one, Richmond Anderson caused a serious problem yesterday. Terrible one.
Okay.
He saw me at Barnesville Junction and decided to sing. Look, the Barnesville traffic police officer, what's this guy name? They call him Chicken Soup or something. The people were so embarrassed. They said, who's disturbing on the street? Yeah, but I mean, Professor Anderson, you are a good man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so let me appreciate all of you, especially the silent listeners.
Yeah, the silent listeners.
You will not know the caliber.
These are the
people-
real champion.
You will not know the caliber of people who are following this show until when some of them sent you text message or
Mhm.
some of them just
Mhm.
call to greet, and then you will know that when you sit behind these microphones, you have to be
Mhm.
guided by the
Mhm.
highest ethics of journalism
Mhm.
and
Mhm. Mhm.
professionalism, diligence, commitment to country, and being observance of the ABC of journalism.
Mhm,
Because
mhm.
look, let me tell you, whatever you are doing in this life, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a journalist. You don't have to be a politician. You don't look wherever you find yourself, whether you are a pastor, whether you are a teacher, whether you are maybe a petty business person,
Mhm.
whatever position you find yourself in society, do not forget that the world is watching you in your little corner.
Of course.
Okay, they will not show up abruptly, but there will be a point in time in life when some of these people will show up to testify what you've been doing, maybe for over 50 years, maybe for over 30 years, and you will be shocked and you'll be surprised that, well, I didn't know that people were watching,
Mhm.
or whatever you are doing, people are watching. I'm getting to know this because um, over a period of time, a couple of text messages I've received from very prominent people
Mhm.
in the society, the calls I have received, and it tells me that people are following, people are watching. So it applies to everyone. Whatever you are doing in your little corner, whether you are a cold water seller, whether you are someone who is teaching in one school behind a house in a community, people are watching you. Society is watching you. So I mean, just from few interactions I've had with people concerning this O'Neill birthday, I gotta know that a lot of people are following, and most of them who made a contribution are people who we don't even we don't know their
You don't
names.
call them.
Yes.
Nothing.
So, and they will tell you, well, I'm just making this little contribution. Please don't mention and stuff
Yes,
like that.
don't do it.
So all of you are hugely recognized. We want to say thank you to all of you who are silently following us and care about us. Thank you so much to all of you. You are highly appreciated.
Great. These are the real champions, man. Yeah, these are the real champions. Not the ones who will tell us, say, please remind President Barker, he appoint my uncle here. Yeah. Yes, you forget about. I mean, I'm sorry we're saying this kind of thing, but it's the fact. And the silent listeners, thank you so much. Thank you. This is on TBS. It's 8 minutes up to 8 o'clock. When you wake up in the morning, think about a better country. Think about a better Liberia. Yes. Let's see what have this morning. TBS. Yes.
Yes, let's bring you the lineup this morning on the TBS. It promises to be interesting. We'll talk about a lot of national issues as well this morning. So today is Thursday, 18th July 2024. The health tips come out shortly with David Koti for at least 3 minutes this morning. That will be followed by the review of the papers. If we have them, I think I just have a few of them.
Okay.
This show is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited, the Pan-African Bank. In our studio chat this morning in Partin, we will talk about the Liberia Business Association, LIBA. LIBA remains tightly on why local businesses that should be exclusively for Liberians are being carried out by aliens and foreigners, and we've been raising this issue for over nearly 2 weeks now, and we haven't heard anything from the Liberia Business Association, LIBA. So we'll talk about that this morning. The Ministry of Mines and Energy should inform the public about the status of the illicit miner, the man who they've been calling the real minister. We've been seeing reports in some print media that he's at large.
Left the country.
Yes, along with some other persons. I saw a photograph of 3 persons, including him, on the front page of the Daily Observer newspapers, Wednesday edition. So the ministry should be able to talk about that. Dr. Amos C. Sawyer Educational Foundation to be launched early August. Yes, the team were here the last time. The team was here the last time to talk about that foundation and reflect on the legacy of Dr. Sawyer. So we'll talk about that briefly as well. Again, another very important issue, Liberia National Police. There's an issue ongoing there. Over.
You mean the LMP?
The LMP.
The Liberia National Police.
Yes.
Okay.
Over 30 senior officers. I'm not telling you ordinary officers. They put in white.
You mean the Liberia National Police?
The Liberia National Police.
LMP.
Over 30 senior officers. Some have been served letters already telling them they are in transition to retirement. What did they call in transition to retirement?
Almost 30.
Yes, almost 30 of them are about to be retired. In fact, some are being ordered to turn over LMP properties in their possession, and they are being called, okay, in the meantime, you will be advisor to the depot or to the command. What they call police advisor to a command. Well, we're going to be talking about that, and it's not just going to be a blind discussion. We'll be quoting laws, backing or law that's supposed to protect them. We'll be talking about that this morning. In fact, as a matter of fact, some of these senior officers have already hired a lawyer. They will be filing a petition for a writ of prohibition. So since the writ not reached the Supreme Court yet, since it has not become a legal matter yet, since the court has not started hearing, we can talk about it. But when it enters the court, then we'll wait for the court decision. Yes. So today I have the time today to talk about it, and then when it reaches to the court, then we'll wait for the court.
We'll wait.
Yeah. So at 8:20 to 8:30, we bring you the segment Talk to Your Leaders. That's regular. You will have the opportunity to speak on the critical issues we are discussing this morning. 8:30 to 10 after 9, Philip E.P. Woods, a one-time Secretary General of the Liberia Business Association, will be our guest by phone. As we talk about CTN. This is a
CTCom. Yes.
CTN is a continuous tracking number. Something at the port there, right?
Yes.
Why is it not a deal for Liberia, and how Liberians are reacting about the yellow machines in the U.S.? You will talk about some of these critical issues this morning. That will be followed by sports, entertainment, and commercials brought to you by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. At 9:15 to 10 o'clock, the commissioner one of the youngest in the government.
Mhm.
The commissioner of the township of Congo Town, Edward Lahai, was sit with us this morning as guest on the TBS. He's been doing several
Mhm.
activities in recent days. We saw a major cleanup across Congo Town, followed by the recruitment and commissioning of some township security to provide some orderliness in the township. So Edward said with us this morning, tell us his vision for Congo Town
Okay.
and what he intends to do to help the rescue mission delivered on the arrest agenda.
Hmm.
So Edward Lahai will be with us this morning on the last segment of the show, 9:15 to 10 o'clock. In the midst of all country first, this is your TBS.
Great. Yes, beautiful lineup. Very jam-packed lineup. Let's bring you health tip with Derry Underscotty right here on the TBS this morning. David's going to fill us in for 3 minutes with our health tip. Good morning to all of you listening. Let's link up with Derry Underscotty with the third morning health tip right here on the Truth Breakfast Show, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Let's bring you health tip. Derry, if I announce it again, I see you coming through. Not problem.
I hope they didn't go home late last night. He's still
maybe
sleeping.
he slept out.
Yeah.
Let's do this 2 times. Let's give him 2 more try. If they didn't come in, then maybe he sleep to the house. Sorry, went for some kind of important meeting.
What meeting?
This is
72-year-old man going for a meeting. What kind of meeting is that?
Meeting. This is not usual, man.
This is very unusual.
Yeah.
And he have no defense.
What?
He can't justify his action.
Like, let's give it 3 try.
David
Help
has been-
tip with David Ernest Cote should come out now.
Now. David will pass you.
Let's try again.
And any attempt for David not to come through this morning, David will be suspended.
Something happened.
72-year-old man going for a meeting in the night. Which meeting is that?
Help tip with David Cote should come out now.
This is unusual.
No, something happened, Maka.
What?
Okay, let's try.
But David, they want another business as usual.
Oh, this is not.
Yeah.
This is.
Is this the David who know?
And some people praying David shouldn't come on, so they'll take David job. You lie.
Is it the David who know?
Huh?
What's going on? Wow.
No, this is
Now
not.
people, y'all call David and check on you.
Yeah, check on David, please. Yes.
Because this is very
Yes,
unusual.
it's unusual.
Yeah, but
It's
because
unusual.
as soon as we say the health tips, David
Yeah,
will be on.
David will be
immediately.
calling
We're
immediately.
trying to get David, we're not getting David.
Let's see.
Hey, David.
Hey,
David?
someone, no,
How?
somebody stole the phone a while.
But how you be packing your pickup rest out of bed?
Bravo, those of you in district number 17,
You have been check to David House.
check on David Cote and give us a feedback on with a text. Yes, you check on David Cote for us. But in the meantime, since we can get David with our health tape, no, David can do this to us, man. Yes, let's bring you the review of the papers a few ones have, right?
Yes, I don't know why you even have, but I only have the hot pepper.
Yes, the Independent. I'm not saying Inquirer, but let's bring you. Yes.
So I have a kid continue saying whether he should call to give the
No,
health tip.
don't do it.
We can't do that. We can't.
do it.
No, we can't honor my David.
Okay. Even David not come through, David will have some.
Yeah.
Let's wait. But those of you in District 17, this is Bernard Blue Benson District, DJ Blues District, District 17. You check on David Cote for us. Yes, someone should do that for us. Yes, I mean this is unusual. For almost 4 years, David have been consistent with the health tip. Yes, and if you're not coming through this morning, the mobile phone in Broadville, Virginia, you check on David Cote for. Let's bring you the review of the local dailies.
Oh, beautiful life. Yeah, to some chilling. Oh, my.
Okay, so welcome to the review of the local dailies. Right here on Truth 96. Today is the birthday of Boba Reeves. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Boba Santi Casbola Reeves, my Arsenal brother. Happy birthday to you down there at LBS, all right? Happy birthday, Boba Reeves. Let's bring you a review of the local dailies, the Independent. The Independent is our first stop this morning. The front page of the Independent newspaper. So you're weird. I say I check on instead of you calling up, okay? Who assigned soldiers at the RIA? Who assigned soldiers at the Rabos International Airport? Well, as AFL Chief of Staff denies knowledge of deployment. Well, I'm seeing a battalion here in a parading mood captured here on the front page of the Independent newspaper. You can grab a copy and read the rest of the story. We'll stand with John Molu. It's another sub-lead story on the front page of the Independent. We'll stand with John Molu. You can grab a copy of this paper. Liberia Rigs trade sanction. We're saying this as seafood products may not enter Europe market. Well, let's go to the back page. What's on the back page? The back page of the Independent newspaper. Inhuman demeaning. This is the head of the Council of Churches, Reverend Samuel B. Reeves. Look, Reverend Reeves, good morning. Yes, talking a lot this few days. Yeah, inhuman, demeaning. It's on the back page here. You can grab a copy of the head of the Council of Churches, capture on the back page of the Independent. Still on the back page, Boca received letters of credence from 7 ambassadors. Well, President Joseph Yuma Boykai is captured here on the back page of the Independent.
Yes, on the front page of the hard paper newspaper, economic growth rate stands at 1%. Acting Finance Minister discloses. Well, Anthony Myers is captured on the front page of the hard paper newspaper. Another sub-lead story, Carrasco condemns huge AFL LE presence at RIA during Weah's arrival. Well, the former presidential aide is captured also here on the front page of the hard paper newspaper. Let's go to the back page. The back page, Boaka accused of haunting Weah's life. Yeah. Boaka accused of haunting Weah's life. Jefferson Koji is captured right here on the back page of the hard paper newspaper. The Secretary General of the Opposition Congress for Democratic Change saying that one outgoing ArcelorMittal Liberia CEO highlights commitment to education sports. Well, he's also captured on the back page here of the hard paper newspaper. Minister of Education report highlights challenges for students in rural Liberia. Dr. Jaso Jala is captured here at MICAT speaking to the press. War Crimes Court campaigners observe International Justice Day. Adama Dempster, a lead campaigner, is also captured right here on the back page of the hot pepper newspaper.
Yes, so our last stop is the Inquirer. Yes, the Inquirer newspaper, the front page from the Inquirer newspaper, presumption in assumption. Presumption in assumption. Consider glorious court case a replica of Hans Williams at the Supreme Court. Well, it's a question mark. You can grab a copy of this paper and read the rest of the story. Presumption and assumption. Still on the front page of the Inquirer, Liberia Rigs red card. What is this red card? You can grab a copy. The commotion was not about my induction. Newtown new governor clarifies tension. I'm seeing Robert Twe is captured here on the front page of the Inquirer. Let's see if I can go to the back page. Will Baka succeed in relocating Monrovia? It's a question mark. Senator initiate discussion. Well, President Joseph Yema Boyka vision of relocating, having a commercial capital. Well, it's a big discussion. Let's go to the back page and see what's on the back page. The back page of the Inquirer newspaper. Government to close farming fire ministry radio. If this is the pastor, right? Flaming fire ministry. Government to shut down. If the pastor don't take back his statement, sending Kuwa to the entire nation. Well, this was captured at the Mika press briefing. Get a copy and read the rest of the story. Government announces reduction in some commodities. The Minister of Commerce, Amin Moda, is captured here on the back page of the Inquirer. Well, that's also it for the paper this morning. Not many local dealers in our possession, but I'd like to say thanks to all of the managing editor who made it available this morning. Possible for us to have the paper. This is the Truth Breakfast Show brought to you by Orange Liberia and of course Echo Bank, the Pan African Bank, 9641, the heart and soul of Liberia. What's that? What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Not for the public?
Not for the public.
Not for the
I
public.
have forgiven the Beata.
Anybody wish David well will suspend health tips for time indefinite. Yes, the best thing you can do is just pray for David Coty. If you can pray. Anyway, yes, let's move on to Dr. Emma Claudia Sawyer. Dr. Sawyer, the man, before then, people going at the University of Liberia, you have to dress formal. One morning, I'm listening out to a discussion from Kabina Janet from Communal We said, talking about the lifestyle of Dr. Emma Claudia Sawyer, dressed in a jeans with a shirt, going to lecture at the State Run University, with his heavy Afro head. Back in those days, when you keep Afro hair, you're a big boy. Then people start to see, who is this young professor at age 27 having a PhD? I mean, Sawyer was just an ordinary man. So, the Education Foundation, I'm doing this to motivate the team. Let me just say this out for the public. Councillor Janet, we said, what's the other lady who came? Doctor from the UL, Florence or something like that. Felicia, yeah, she came with the whole team. Musa Tewan Gongolo. I'm doing this to motivate this team, yeah, because the foundation and the launch was set for the 10th or the 7th of July. So there are lots who wants to benefit from this Sawyer Foundation. The name, the legacy must still live on, must continue. So we are hoping and praying that folks will benefit from Amos Sawyer, a brand, former interim president. You all know the history of Sawyer, the one contested from being city mayors. The city mayor position before then, people used to contest. Well, also Heather riot between Chuchu Horton and Amos Sawyer. Who will be city mayor? People are voting yes. Amos Sawyer, a brand. So this Education Foundation, I'm encouraging, I'm motivating the team. That's why I'm putting part of our lineup. Yes, people need to tap and benefit for Amos Sawyer. That's the Education Foundation. So look forward to you all launching this beautiful Education Foundation. Whether you have students going for international scholarship, the local ones, but the Amos Sawyer Foundation legacy must live on and will live on. The other will place call to Dr. Tipote. Dr. Ahasa Conte, the Councilor Terrell Gongolo, they're all together celebrating the veteran politician. So, what am I saying? The legacy of Dr. Sawyer must live on. Yes, let's move on to the Ministry of Mines and Energy. Good morning, women. We normally don't greet women in the morning. Yes, women who don't normally greet you, but during the heart of the campaign, women was all back to back. When he had an ambition to be senator in Monserrato, women will call O'Neill, women will call Maka. We ain't getting this kind of calls anymore, right? Am I wrong? Right? Yes, we get a number of text for our politician there. Now you Minister of Mines and Energy. This Chinese man thing is so disturbing. They real minister man. Yes, we need full update from Mines and Energy. The Inspection Division of Mines that have done the work. You need, along with the Ministry of Justice and Liberian National Police, to give Liberian the update about this man went about. This man have robbed this country. He will not go on the carpet easily. For our government to say we'll find this company 30 million, and what we'll see on the newspaper, on social media, this man have fled this country and no one is saying nothing, is not good for our country. Women P, I'm saying good morning to you. Give Liberians update. If you go to Mika, go to a regular press briefing, tell Liberians the man left the country on what grounds? He been snapped with 30 million fine. He can leave the country like this. This cannot be happening. Milk, lick and milk our natural resources. For a government to say we'll fine you 30 million, then you might know how much this man have taken from 2023 up to present, Maka.
Sure.
And today, I mean, was it in a hot paper?
Yes, in a no, Daily Observer.
The Daily Observer newspaper.
Yes.
And no one is saying nothing about it. All we know, he has been snapped with 30 million. And we're praying that he has left the country. So if you do this thing, other illicit minor across the country, there'll be some kind of fear. But no matter what fear, so well, this will just last for 1 week and just go down. So women pay. I mean, we just bring this to your attention. No business as usual. Things should not come out and just die. Buffalo is a very rich county. Today, some of our top, you see, Maka have a document here and names of high-ranking police officer who's about to be laid off. Today, police officer will just leave Monserrato and go and fire off and go to Grand Gita and Bapolu and go with the rear minister. Been working along with the rear minister. That's how they call him a rear minister. The man been so powerful. I mean, this can happen in our country. Nowhere. In Ghana, they snap you over heavy fine. The next minute, you left the country. The police should tell her how the man left the country. Who give this man a helping hand to leave the country? He left the sword. That's what the information we're getting. For you to tell us that not the 10,000, not the 20,000, not EPA finding 10, 15,000, but 30 million fine. And the next morning you wake up, you say you have left the country. I'm not believing on you, but give us an update. Work along with the Ministry of Justice, Liberian National Police, the LIS. Tell us. Yes. Let's move on to this police thing before we do this binding thing. The Liberian National Police thing is troubling.
Yeah.
Yes. Good morning to you, Greg.
Yeah,
Yes.
good
Yeah.
morning. Good
Yeah.
morning to the RG and good morning to the authorities there, the Liberian National Police. Uh, this discussion we touched it, I think, 3 months ago.
Mhm.
We touched on this discussion about 3 months ago, and then it subsided. I received calls from some sources from within that, oh, yeah, so they have a little bit, played go on it.
Mhm.
And then recently it came up again that, well, this is Syria. They have started issuing letters
Already.
to senior commanders,
Mhm.
some who were even at the level of, heading some of the most critical divisions of the police, even in Monserrado County. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I tried to check what are some of the issues mentioned, and the police authorities are writing these people and telling them that, well, they are around the age of retirement. So, because initially, when we touched the discussion first some months ago, they were about just to retire them. So when they raised the issue and we started raising it on the radio, they decided to change the course of the action.
Okay.
So now,
That was 3 months ago.
yes, they decided to change the course of the action. Instead of just going straight into retirement,
Mhm.
they started to reportedly remove them from their positions and reported assigning them to, if for example you were the commander of an entire detachment in a county,
Mhm.
and you are part of those they want to remove
Mhm.
in the name of retirement,
Mhm.
they will tell you that, well, we are relieving you of your post
Okay.
as maybe regional commander, for example, and you will be a vassal to the regional command.
Okay.
A vassal to the regional command, for example. These are some of the kind of play they will play around you, and then they will tell you that we are taking away from you all that you have in your possession for the Liberian National Police, for the Liberian National Police, so that you can prepare. In fact, you are in transition to retirement. What is someone being in transition to retirement? I don't understand, but for me to make the people understand, let me read one of the letters they sent to one of the
Okay.
senior
Yeah.
police.
Don't mention his name.
No, I will not mention name.
Yeah. Yeah. Just escape.
Only I will not, don't worry, I will not mention the name.
Okay.
I will not mention the name. So I'm going to read that letter because I want for the Liberian people to understand what they call we are taking you from a job to prepare to put you in transition for retirement. In fact, it's not even a secret. That person posted it on our official Facebook page,
Okay.
but I'm not still going to call the name.
Okay.
So they wrote this letter. This letter is dated June 27, 2024. And this is why it says, effective June 27, 2024, the administration of the Liberian National Police has resolved to have you relieved of your post as head of so and so unit as you prepare to transition from active duty. They say in accordance with section 88.20 of the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation Act of 2017 and section 7.2 of the LMP administrative instructions on salaries, allowances, and pension. Subsequently, you are thereby appointed as a vassal. And you what I told you?
Advisor.
Yeah. Why is police a vassal? Appointed as a vassal to the division where they just took you from.
Okay.
You were heading this division.
Now you're advisor.
They took you from there, take every government property in your possession.
You
They
become-
took the arm from you, took whatever you have for the government. They took it from you and tell you that you are. That means you just sitting down to your house now. You're not working again.
Wow.
Yes, even though you are not 65 years old.
So if you are to the depot now, your commander there, they make you the
You-
advisor to the
Advisor to the
To
depot,
the
go sit down to the
depot.
house.
Okay,
Get
you-
all the things you get for the LMP
and be advisor.
and be a vassal.
I'm not understanding. Anyway, continue.
I'm also not understanding.
Mhm.
And they are telling you that we are preparing, you are being prepared to transition. Well, at the transition, what does that mean? So the administration of the LMP hereby expresses profound thanks and appreciation to you for the dedicated services rendered. Meanwhile, you are hereby ordered
Mhm.
to turn over all working materials. They say all, all working materials in your possession associated with your functions, operations team card, handheld police radio, etc. As head of the division you were heading,
Mhm.
you should turn them over to the offices of the LMP Human Resource Management Division for onward transmission. In view of the above, you will report or to the offices of the Commissioner of Police for operations for briefing and resumption of official duty effective as of the date mentioned above. Okay, so this is the letter they wrote these senior commanders of the police. Is this letter lawful? Let's look at other legal backing for these people. And like I told you earlier, these people have not reached the retirement age.
Okay, so they have not reached the age, right?
No, they have not reached the retirement age. I think some of them just enter their
Early 40s, 50s?
some of them in 50s, some of
Okay.
them I think around just entering their 60s. And again, another point of the argument
Is there a law? Is there a law in the police book that back them? Maybe they could go to a law and
so the national
the act that created Liberia
the
National
National
Police.
Police
Mhm.
Act
Mhm.
and regulations
Mhm.
states in Article 19.1, it says in accordance with Section 12A of the National Security Reform and Intelligence Act
Mhm.
of 2011, a police officer shall be retired if he or she reaches the age of 65 years. Okay, so these people have not reached that age, and again, if you say you are retiring them, I don't know. So the same act says that in section 22.101 says all regulations and administrative instructions of the Liberian National Police currently in force and which are not inconsistent with the law, or with the provisions of this act shall remain in force until they are revoked or substituted by the minister or the inspector general of police as the case may be. So now, if there's any law that is inconsistent with this law, it doesn't hold. So this law already says that the people who are supposed to retire, they should be at the age of
65.
These people have not reached 65. Section 22.12 also says that this act, the 2016-2017 act, shall take effect immediately upon the publication into handbills, which have been done ever since. So this law should be and is the sole law and gospel of the Liberian National Police. So for you to quote other laws to be used as basis for which you want to take these people from job, there's another point of argument. You remember that during the course of the transitional government, the Liberian National Police was dissolved, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Honor Judy Bryant. It was dissolved, and people who were in the force.
This act is act of what?
2016, 2017.
2016.
Now, during that time, I just want to bring something to the attention of the public.
Okay.
During that period of time, O'Neill, the police were dissolved, and people who were in the police at the time were told to reapply, and some of them were fortunate to be taken back into the police. Now, if civil service law says that if you serve for 25 years, you're supposed to be retired, if these people serve any level of time these people served before O'Neill, by logic, you know that once that force was dissolved and the police reformed, and then you were accepted, I mean that you cannot, even if you serve for 5 years before that time, it cannot be counted as part of your new 25 years that you are serving for, legally or just logically, my own opinion, right?
Yeah.
So these are some of the critical issues that the senior officers are looking at. So looking at some of the provision of these laws, O'Neill, I think I want to call on the Inspector General of Police, Gregory Coleman, to abandon this action. Yes, I think he should abandon this action. I believe the law is clear.
Communication being sent across every one of them.
The law is clear. But I just read one of the letters on you.
Yeah, because it's disturbing, and then we'll carry Gregory back to the act.
These people are more than 34. I think they are around 38 senior commanders.
So we'll carry Gregory back to the act that created the 2016 act.
The 2016 act is right here.
Look at the age range. Let's start off the age range.
Look at the age range. If you don't want to consider the age, you should consider that Since these
No,
people
no.
reapply and were recruited all over after during the transitional government at the time, that means that their 25 years, it starts from that particular time that they were re-enrolled into the police.
So let's say this to Greg. Greg, good morning to you. I mean, this is a violation of your own act.
Yes.
Yes, if he does this, if this go along, it's a violation to Liberia National Police Act. The human resource of the LMP, y'all go back. Maybe that's an oversight. Maybe they didn't read the act.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's begin for day number one.
Okay.
And we'll drag on the thing for 1 week that the police violated their own act.
Mm-hmm.
The act that created you. You can't go against your own
So
act.
again, what do you want us to believe? If there are speculation from within that you are trying to get rid of these people to get your own people in their place.
Mm.
You understand? No, these are speculations. These are what people are saying.
So let's just
from within.
let's just take it. The letter have been sent out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But mine take it, Greg. You should not violate your own acts. That's the own thing.
For example,
That's the same thing.
I'm chief of public safety. I'm the head of public safety, for example. Then you write to me say, for everything you get, get prepared to
be a
get
vassal.
in transition to transition to retirement. But then you will be a vassal to the public safety division. But then, or everything you have for the police. So I'll be sitting down to my horse and be taking pay. What kind of pay structure do I have as a vassal to a department or division within the Liberia National Police? Does the act provide for such position, and does it stipulate any salary structure for such position?
Let's take it as an oversight. Yeah, the police will rectify this.
So they urge you have to do something about this.
Yeah, we shouldn't go too deep. Yeah, let's hold on.
Yeah, in fact, the matter of fact,
yeah, I want you to go to
maybe in a day or two we'll hear something coming from the Supreme Court.
Yes, because if people take it to the court, they'll definitely win the case. Yeah. Because your act say they should be 65 before you retire. Then they have not reached the age, so you can violate your own act. So let's hold on. I'm sure the IDG, since we bring it out to the public down, they say, but what's happening? Look at the communication, the whole act that created the Liberia National Police, the most recent one, the revised one of 2016. That's the most recent one. You can't do this to your act. You'll be sending a wrong signal to police across the country. Not even the police. You'll send a wrong signal to the LDA, to the LIS that this could happen to us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the acts that created us is being violated. No, I won't believe Greg will do this.
I rather want a provision that say they can take people from the police and go send it a vassal. Is there any act that create a position for a vassal to division, a vassal to the detachment, a vassal to this command? And then what's the pay structure for that position?
This is an oversight. We shouldn't go too deep.
Don't spoil the rescue mission name.
Yeah, you can't spoil the rescue mission. Greg, that building you are in, that is a tradition building. That building is called the King's Building. That building is a hell of a building, Greg. King's Building, the first police officer, you know what they named that building, the King's Building? The guy that trained the first police officer, they named the building after him, called the King's Building. That's a hell of a building down there. And with this gossip, the police station security network should not be so maca. Today you go to the LMP that just everywhere in the police. The guys cannot talk for themselves. You can do this to the rescue mission, Greg. I mean, that's an oversight. Go back to your act.
You see, I'm receiving messages that these are a similar thing going on within the LRS as well.
We'll go there one more. Because it will cut across.
Yes.
You can do this to the police.
The media, we cannot stay there as members of the press and allow the wrong things to be done to our people. These people have sacrificed their lives for the country. The security sector is challenged. You're paying these people peanuts for years, in fact for decades already, and you want to frustrate them like that?
No, it can't be.
We can't do that. Let's go by the law. If the people reach the age of 65 and you retire, then nobody will argue it. If they have served since the police reform, if they have served for 25 years and the civil service law says when you serve for 45 years you retire, when they retire, we will not talk about it. They themselves will not even have the face to come say they want to challenge your authority. No. But this one, I think it's a misstep.
Okay, so I'm sure I just want to say as an oversight, they'll go through your whole act, read the whole act that created the most recent one, but the messages we're getting, the text messages.
Oh man, y'all start like that thing looks like witch hunt of certain people you've been sending. Y'all should not do ally thing in our police to say, oh, these people maybe they were allied to the former RG, and that kind of behavior.
I ain't seeing that way.
They made our Suru friend and so they remove them. That Suru put them to so position, they remove them. No, you can't do that.
man.
The
For
police is
me,
a professional and non-partisan institution.
of course. Do you know what is going through at the Secret Service in the U.S. when Donald Trump made that appearance? We almost got assassinated. The whole National Secret Service, the FIB, they're going through real scrutiny. So you don't play with our security service. No. Let's go back to the act. I'm sure the IG will take some time and go back to the act that created the most reverse one, the 2016 one. It can be validated. Let's pick few calls up before we link up to our guests.
Yes, few
Yeah,
calls.
we shouldn't go there. I'm sure Greg will take this today or so, and we'll go through that. Let's pick few calls.
Yes, 077020257. But we got a real number. We got a real number.
Yeah. So this is the official number
Yeah, the
for the
official
show.
number, yeah.
0777-285-961. 285-961. This is the official hotline.
Let me take
Yes.
the one. Good morning. Please stay away. Please stay away from the noise in the background, please. Good morning.
Okay. Yeah, this is Timothy from and I do join for Cardiac Lower Magiri. And I want to appreciate you people and very much this morning. The issue that I have to do with is standing as an for a real minister who left the country.
That is my uncle women not let you.
We are minister.
No, I mean this guy is proving that he's a real minister. Imagine on challenge to the man minister and looking at it guys to live on the country and make a demonstrate and living
Richard.
in the bush and we cannot tell them and then the grandpa will not be able to get our money. I think the lesser man minister be able to come out and say money or else that is how the legislature be ordered. Someone is saying that be able to speak to the Liberian people.
Okay.
Well,
have someone here to speak to the
we're allowed the minister to lead the country.
Good morning.
Good morning, Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
My name is like I let me appreciate you this morning for giving me an attitude and account to the people that stand the police. Like I don't want to wish one in this country. Professional who are in the police services, that's why I was used to know. But that's two plus up to the law. When I reach it for the time, let me retire. But we don't want to know what's going on. Because I'm so big, but remember, he got what 3 on the kids, what the guys want. And he got me, I'm talking. So say you want to stand out there and be on the pool, we should do that. That's what we are honoring.
So exactly. Thank you. So the Magibi County Detachment of the Liberia National Police now will get one man sitting down to a hall called the police advisor to the detachment.
Well, our commander for this zone, you can't tell me.
Yes, they are advisor. Why the meaning of that one?
No.
Good morning, sir.
So, Maga, I want to greet people and say thank you for all those points and information always given out to the Liberia public. I'm happy to care, and I want to say that the rescue mission will begging Honorable Gregory Coleman to do the right thing. So I want to know also the law of retirement in our constitution or the civil service and that of the police, which one supersede 83, of which now they are making 65 and going against the 65.
The police have our own act. The police have our own act.
The police act says
Yes.
the age of 65 officers will be retired.
Yeah, the police have our own act.
The government owner, the government and the civil service own say 60, right?
Which one? The civil service act? Hello?
That meant on bike, so I'm not. Yeah, let me see if I can pick the other one on the line. Good morning. Morning.
Yeah. Michael.
Yeah.
Morning. Go ahead.
Okay. Michael said, tissue number 1.
Let's see if we take the call.
No.
Yeah, it's breaking.
Morning.
Everyone.
Go ahead, please. I mean, yes, you're live. Go ahead. Hello, are you going through? Hello.
No, Sam, hold on.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, you're live. Go ahead. So yeah, so thank you. Okay, so yes, let's get the person off the line. No, go ahead.
Sam, good morning. You're live. Go ahead. Morning. Please lower your monitor
No.
behind you, please.
Sam, you can't do this, man.
I'm sorry. So, the issue of the retirement, thank you guys for the layout this morning. And I don't want to go to the law because I have not actually gone in depth with the act. I only want to talk about the procedure. The procedure, as you just read, I'm sure it's in line with best practice. To retire somebody, unlike the past few years, people only got to know that they will retire when they went to take their pay for that month, which was heartbreaking. And then many persons to death. So the best practice is that you notify the person 20 months ahead and inform them of a prospective retirement so that it enables them and tell themselves to what may happen tomorrow. But in the case of the law, if it is 65, but then mind you now, the 77 Act is 60. And so, like the other guy called when he was extremely out monitoring, the civil servant, the police officer is a civil servant, unless the IG, who is a presidential appointee.
So then what happens to the police act? What happened to the police act? Does the civil service?
So that's what I'm saying now, that it will require critical analysis.
The police have their own act, so you should know that. So I mean, all institutions have the acts that govern them.
Yeah, so but if the personnel fall to the civil threat domain, then it requires careful approach, as you gotta say. So I mean, thank you for the free watch this morning, but I think we should proceed with talking about the balance.
All right.
Nah,
the Supreme Court will decide.
Yeah, we get.
People going to the Supreme Court.
Let me just have my take on this as we close on this matter. We want to bring on our guest shortly, right?
Yes.
Joseph Boyka, President Boyka, means for this country. Let me just say this for the fact. Those of you listening now, the president means well. So when you are appointed as head, some of the bosses make their own decision. Liberia right now, the state should reach of the Liberia National Police. We need more people in the police. The police, they are undernumbered. The police needs to be rebranded. Not to take people out of the system in this kind of form and minors. I want to appeal to Greg this morning. Greg, today, go on the social media. This is all on the social media now, going back and forth. These people have not reached the age. And they're laying it off. From Zoom commander telling us to be a advisor is not a good step. The police needs to be rebranded. Today, the police still challenge. We see the police heavily in the daytime. At 9 hours, we don't see the Liberia National Police.
At what point in service do you notify people about retirement? If you still have maybe 2, 3, 4 years to retire, somebody should notify you and take you from your
I mean that's his opinion. I mean, this is opinion.
Yeah.
You can't do this. The police needs to be rebranding. You can't live. These are people who have lived a life all along. And if you're doing this now, those who have the ambition to join the LNP will not want to say, but this will happen to us in the near future. Some of you start preparing yourself for this. Yeah, man.
Hey, Andrew, we said you want to say something for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Let me just give you the opportunity.
Go back to that act, but we can't do this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Derry, and good morning to the celebrant O'Neill. How you doing?
Morning.
I believe strongly that we can take our veterans, those that have the expertise from the security sector. You know, only the best way to do it is that before you retire a person should be aware at least 2 years ahead. Because with that, the person get prepared to integrate the same to different society, in the society.
Of course.
But you cannot just take the person, I want to treat Greg Coleman.
Greg, but you change your mind, man.
We know he's a good director. We know he's capable of doing his job. But as you said, we like to speak.
You lack manpower.
Seriously. And the police are black in the day. You see the police all across the city. And now when we need the police more, and to be able to provide security to our
These
people,
are the critical things I think the police should be focusing on instead
Yes.
of thinking about
Yes.
retiring, about
Yes.
all these senior people.
we need experienced people to govern the young people
Hmm?
to make them better.
We need experience. Thank you. We need experienced people to hold the younger ones up.
Thank you, Mr. Wisa.
Today you see young police will be fighting the traffic, fighting driver, and all back and forth. The veterans won't do this. We need people to be around to guide them. We need the people around, Greg, man. No, man. I mean, this is the one. Let's see what happens from this. Yes, I mean, thank you so much. Thanks for all of your concern. We mean well for our country. That's what we're keep out of society. Yes, this is happening. Yeah, he's online. He's online by phone. Because if the police start with this, the next will be immigration. Next will be LDA. Will just be going all around. I mean, we can't stop this way. Anyway, yes, an act of an institution must be respected. That's what the act is there for. Go back to the act. Go back to the act.
So if the civil service law covers all these acts,
they're not need for the have our own act.
Yeah, so you take that aspect, or just either just take that piece from the Civil Service Act and just place it there, you know.
Then we go by the Civil Service Act.
But you can't have in that police act that I will be 65 before I retire. You tell me, say they will use what I know. This is what I know. This is the sector that I said. Then they'll go to a different law from the civil service to say that's what you. But and instead, police officers, so they didn't say inspector general. They didn't say deputy inspector general. No, they said police officers will reach 65. That's what the law says.
This distraction of the, this distraction. I mean, Greg, go back to that. Anyway, to the act. Let's bring our guest, Philip Woods. Philip is all the way in the U.S. The calls are receiving. Look, we mean well for our country. Yeah, it's like, bro, going the rightful way. I mean, Greg, you're a very good man. So, yes, let's do the rightful things at all. That's all we have. We want to see more police at night as compared to the day. Police on the staff, man. Yeah, so Philip Woods, good morning. Good morning, live on Truth FM 96.1. It's about 20 minutes up to 9 o'clock. What time is it in Philadelphia? Philip, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You live. Good morning.
Philip, go ahead. You're holding
you're holding our airtime. You're live on air. Philip, good morning. Are you getting me? I think I have to remove this. Yes. Are you there? Good morning. Good morning, Philip. You live. How are you doing?
Morning. How you doing? Good morning.
Okay, great. I'm doing fine. Yes. Just introduce yourself for us for the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, my name is Philip Woods. I'm a Liberian. And currently reside in the United States. I serve civil society during my days in Liberia 14 years ago. I served as former president for the Federation of Building Trade Association of Liberia. I serve also as Executive General for the Liberian Business Association. And I also serve as an executive member of the Liberia Chamber of Technical Services, an umbrella organization. We coordinate the affairs of the Liberian construction industry. And currently I'm in the United States. And, working and serving as a public safety advocate for Liberia, most especially the rural transport system of Liberia.
Okay, that's great. I mean, you're quite great enough. I've been seeing your post quite recently on the social media, and one person, heavily follow on the social media. Let's look at the CTM thing. In terms, what is it? At the National Port Authority, is a good deal for Liberian. At one point in time, our Senator Prince Mo stated on the CTM, he says a very good deal, and Liberians are so concerned about the safety tracking.
To be very honest with you, that's a very bad deal. It has been a deal. The
helping the Liberian people, especially the struggling Liberians like us that reside in the United States that are concerned about Liberia, and that's most of our struggling family and friends, and the bad economy we have in Liberia for the past 20 years. That is a bad deed. Just one of many deeds that have been in Liberia to increase poverty. When I heard the senator describe the deed as a deed in the interest of the Liberian people, I was very disappointed. I think it's very ignorant. And his utterance is a clear indication of what we call corruption. There is no way, and I want the management of the CTN to come publish it. They should not be hiding and be sending press releases and sending government officials out of the pocket.
What do you mean CTM hiding? I mean, some of our officials here, quote unquote, on ground say, I mean, the center tracking deal is a good one for Liberia, bring lots of revenue to our country.
No, the guys are just demonstrating who they are. The people go, then on increasing poverty. Because to be honest with you, for the past maybe 20, 25 years, there is no lawmaker that I know of. In fact, there has not been nothing that has been done in the past 30 years. So move that have been crafted by the Liberian government to decrease poverty. All these guys have always done, and the CDN is a clear indication of their strategy to rip the Liberian people off, because most of these guys that come to government, they are not sophisticated, they are not innovative, they have no good intention for to always survive on the old order. They have not done anything in this 21st century to decrease poverty. All they have done has been to promote foreigners over Liberians, and that's why poverty is very much high on the increase.
So,
CDN have been a contributing factor. CDN have been a contributing factor to the storage export, most especially in the past 20 years. Liberia have been trying to get involved with the economy of Liberia to help the government to decrease poverty. But government officials have always strategized to find a way to rip Liberians off, and CDN is one of those transactions.
So recently, in a publication by New Dawn newspaper, quoted the port manager, the managing director of the NPA, as saying that the port is not comfortable with the current contract agreement involving they need another company and then the cargo tracking network, which is the CTN. According to Sekou Dukle, the fees charged by these companies are unfair and unrealistic and not benefiting the country and Liberians themselves.
They are not providing any services. CTN is not providing any services. It's a fake institution. I deal with CTN operating in Sierra Leone. I also do export. Do export to other countries. And Sierra Leone is one of those countries who do CTN. They tell you, go to the website and do this and do that. So scam.
What do you know the exact services what do you know are the exact services they are providing that you are describing as scam, if you say?
There's no services. It's just a scam thing. There's nothing called.
I mean, if you say scam, they're already legal in our country. I mean, the past administration, they are saying, yeah,
50 years, 25 million contract.
Yes, one of our senators saying, well, the deal is a good one. You said scam.
My brother, I'm an exporter. I sit in America. I export all over the world. CT is just one. I mean, that's a scam thing. We just think we ship it every day. Sometimes we put our account on the vessel and ship it out as a bring a CPN on. If I want to just bring 10 different teachers and send it there, they will honor it. It has no, I said, no value. I said, it has no value. The only thing you can tell me is you don't cargo tracking. Cargo tracking is about put my vessel, my cargo on merch line. Merch line give me a booking number or my container number. Either one of those two numbers. I take it, put it on my website. Bam, 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 bam. I click it. That tracking will tell me when the empty container left the port of Newark. When I took the container out, when I return the container, the data container is on the vessel. I will monitor that container and it gets to Monrovia.
That one you can tell me they call it tracking. That is cargo tracking. That's what Breadline or all of the vessel stores.
Mm-hmm.
CTN has no value. There's just a 419 just grew up with just sitting in Margaret, revenue document, and you take your money. Nothing. I'm telling you, I think it's not. I think it's a 41 scam. Nothing.
Mr. Woods,
And they come on TV and demonstrate the workings of CTN. It's a scam thing. Government officials just collect money from people for that personal gain. They got go broke like us and they become wealthy overnight.
What do you think the government can do now in this case? We have an agreement with the company.
Government has a moral responsibility. One of the strategies that brought in the power was CTN was a 419. We all made that law. We all supported Bureau political parties and we all spoke against CTN. The minister of the minister of commerce, he's a businessman. Let him tell me the significance of CTN. Would that tell me that CTN has any value? I don't know. Nobody in government will tell me about CTN. He's the minister of commerce. He's a businessman. He's want to tell me that the significance of CTN.
Seko say it's not a good deal. Seko say it's not a good deal. Fellas, listen up. The poll manager says it's not a good deal, but some of our senators say it's a good one for Liberia. Why are we?
All the guys because of the ignorance of our Liberian people. The ignorance of our Liberian people put these guys, the unsophisticated guys, into government. Most of the guys that represent institution chairman of shipping, chairman of they are ignorant people. They know nothing about the subject matter.
But these are the same cycle of people who sing every election cycle.
It is because the country is ignorant. Liberian people don't know their own right. They don't know simplest. You see, the politicians in the new dispensation of 1982 for 2 years, they got clearly removed civics education. There was a book in Donald regime was called Civics for Liberian School. That book was able to tell. I'm looking for that book. You can't even see it. That book was able to tell people the duty and function of a senator, a representative, a president, and all the guys that function on elected positions. These guys took that book for the market. So all people see that talking about running around with ignorance. What happens to us power came to America and we see what they call civilization, we see what they call governance. But what we wrong with all these non-stars.
Okay.
These guys are all scammers.
Okay.
They know nothing. The work when the Senate have been there before, I see how they function. They know nothing. Chairman of public, chairman of bill. They don't know anything about the subject matter. Even the one who went there as lawyers, we saw how they function. There was a board as senators back then, 2005, it was so excited. Oh, financial is here. Oh, this is here. Things will change.
Okay. I mean, Philip, hold on. Philip, hello. Okay. Let's take that. Yes. So it's not a good deal for Liberia, as you said. But I mean, you in the U.S., I want to say your frustration because Liberians heavily contribute to the economy. They send things back and forth. Yeah, whether it's a clearing of cars and other items from the U.S., Liberians go through a lot that we have been seeing over and over. But what are Liberians concerned about this FOV equipment? I've been seeing mixed reaction. Liberians in the diaspora, what are they saying?
My brother, the Liberian people are just the victims of circumstances. Just how President Tomo was a victim of circumstances when it comes to bad leadership, that's how the Liberian people are. The FOV equipment is a good initiative, but the procedure is just wrong. It's just the same old normal thing. And thank God for you guys in the folk estate. You are helping the Liberian, but we all need to be killing here because the proliferation of media is a blessing. Most especially when you're competing to make sure your stations can remain on, so basically you have to find out to bring good news. So if you're not bringing good news, my brother, I'm not going to waste my time in this 21st century for your radio station praising government, every bad government needs to praise. Things are a good thing. There is procedure. This government keep the power on the basis of bad governance versus good governance. You got PPCC, you got all the procedure, but there's one significant and very important thing when it comes to the equipment thing that is so wrong. President Ellen Johnson said it was not crazy when she dissolved the Ministry of Rural Development. We all knew what it was before we should have equipment back into the very administrative building for the county. So the other time we had responsible leadership. The road development was intended to keep the farm market roads clean and make it operational. But since 1980, all those infrastructure, especially human resource in Liberia, all diminished gradually. Those people that were trained, that had moral ethics, they had new job ethics. People are not seeing people, yellow machine keys started. The government bringing those machines, the procedure was wrong. The first thing when President Ellen dissolved rural development, her intention was to build a strong and vibrant private sector, to build a construction industry where jobs will be created by construction industry. So public works and rural development will merge. Public works is to be a monitoring institution. They're able to recruit a lot of young university students to be zonal inspectors, to be more looking at people. Public works will be that you monitor road construction, making sure this is done, making sure the people building constructions are according to the codes. There are so much of things that public works has to do other than going to city where run machines or public works don't have the capacity now. 10 years ago, they don't even have the capacity to do it. So bringing those machines was their intended to reach a few people in government that are going to procure it, and everyone over there, those who will procure the machine will get rich. Those machines will end up on the farms of government officials. Those machines will end up in the construction yard of Lebanese and Indian people that are close to the government. So in the whole equipment deed, one President Boyka, first of all, straighten it up with the Liberian people. We all know the prices of the equipment. We all know how much the equipment costs, how much it costs for export. We all know that. Right now, Liberians are different. We all go online, you put another machine there, we know what the price is. They just escalate the cost to rip the Liberian people off. So what we do, let us straighten it up now. When they buy the equipment or bring it in the country, equipment be distributed in the AFF and the Liberian construction contractor, so that the Liberian construction contractors can build capacity. Because the contractors are not getting there, not anything. They just there without any laws. Government has crafted law for the Liberian contractor. The Liberian contractor can get job. The government says they don't have the capacity. They don't have the one Lebanese and Indians and Turkish people got capacity in Liberia because the government will support their businesses over Liberia. So send the equipment on board. Let the government take a portion of it to the AFL Agriculture Battalion. The other one, let them start with the banks. Contractor who needs equipment, let them be responsible to pay for it. Let them be able to recruit people, train them, and let them go on fixing our road farms and market road. But if government say they want to maintain to keep the equipment, they don't have the ability, they don't have the skills, they don't have anything. She will break down tomorrow because of lack of management. All that money will go in vain. There's no way to publish it. The Liberian government don't have the capacity to manage. Police got a book and manage. You know how much what's in it was spoken in Liberia? All of will go in room in no time. It will just be an economic waste to the Liberian people. So since they're in the country now, let them call the Liberian contractors. Let them start sitting with the bank and start negotiating how to get more these equipment, get some of the AFF, let them put it to work and go and start doing agriculture. Instead of being down there, going to the airport and doing all kind of stuff that has to be done.
Okay. All right. Okay, great. You've been Secretary General of the Liberia Business Association during your time in Liberia, LIBAC. There is this issue we've been raising. Local businesses belong to owner Liberians in terms of the Investment Act, all right? Almost a week now, the Liberia Business Association remain tight-lipped. Like, for example, you have ICE business, you have foreigner doing it. You have
Same.
blog, you have sin, you still have foreigners doing it. Why is it the business association is still tight lip on this? From your own experience, you are Secretary General.
The problem, my brother, the normal politicians have become very political. Everybody in Liberia have taken side with some politician or some political party. But the common Liberian people, all they talking political, blah, 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 blah. We spend time watching these criminals that we elect to office that are not even so because of friendship or because I'm a tribal man, because I'm a friend. Like, oh, I'm a friend, well, I can tell the minister. He knows civilized country should be talking about those things. So what happened at the Liberian Business Association? All other organizations.
Woos.
So, I think, say, with all these
What is,
like you say, because we
Philip, are you getting
have
us?
John
Okay. Yeah, so I want you to be very clear on this, all right? For the locals, I mean, you have to just take time. I mean, your emotions are actually rising up. I mean, hold on. These are all the exclusive rights should be doing according to our own investment out of 2010. We are not doing the same business. And you being as Secretary General from SG, yeah, why is it this cannot be enforced that our own lands is leaving? Liberians will becoming like a slave in our own country.
is because of politics. That's what was part one champion policy, policy. Only president is my because the only way that Europe is that Europe is until the politicians get them in it's impacted people before them, but just a politics. So it will never impose. So here is the thing. The Liberal Business Association who were advocating a law, those businesses should be clear. The Liberal Business Association leave out yourself as a clear law. But because the leadership after 2009 or up to 2012 on Samuel Mitchell, when he left the stage, the people who are being very political, instead of seeking the interest of people, they took side with politicians. And the political side, all institutions that I know of after 2010 or 2012, that association leadership in 2009. But when we were there, we made sure for the policy to be done, and it is not. But let me tell you the secret about this thing. In the last meeting we had at the NRC, chaired by Natalie B. Davis and what the guy named, I'll call the guy named, Pete Norman, and four guys, including the Minister of Public Works today, the meetings we had, finalizing the liberalization. We found about 26 businesses when we got going through everything. Adding 29 businesses. So so when we got through, we agreed with some businesses that right now I have the capacity to 100% invest into. So what we do here is that we go in the way that when we develop a threshold. If a foreigner wants to invest into this business, they will partner with Iran,
Okay.
which is impacted So we withdraw the threshold 300,000, this one, that one. We want to be exclusive for Liberia only. We agree upon it. One of guys left us. To my greatest surprise, when the law was finalized, it was enacted, there was an attachment to it. But most of all, we don't read. recently, I got excited that the UP has, come to power right now. The presidential policy was a UP that we, so one of our campaign promises to her, Madam President, in the business community support the unity party come to power. We want you to make this. She promised. She promised us, and she did. It became. It is not a law, but they try to divide it. We don't pay attention to business. We are not together. There's no solidarity. We are all divided by all the businesses supposed to keep their eye on our policy or our law, but we don't do it. So the guy in the legislature, they take advantage of it. What they do is that they go both the foreign businesses that want to express interest in the man is a here. Foreigner can done do this business. But if you want to do it, or you gotta see me, and they take thousands of dollars for it. Or they create false names. John Brown from Bonham Garden, he did it. He's first partner. He's out in strategy. We're protesting. We're not raising no concern. But by right, all the businesses supposed to have Liberian partnership. Because that's okay. The policy in today Ghana is what it is today. No foreigner can stand the Yakaba like in Ghana. We all are talking every day. Official talking about it. We come to Nigeria. We are lazy. We don't advocate. We don't love it. We don't do anything.
No foreigner should stand behind a counter. Yeah. Mr. Woods running out of time. I went to a pharmacy to buy, and the Indian fellow said, well, he needed United States dollars. I said, I have the money in our local currency. He said, my friend, go and get the USD. I said, but this is our money. I mean, it's equivalent to what I want to pay. He said, my friend, I said, go and get the money in USD. I mean, where are we moving as a country?
Two things I want to tell you before I leave you. I was a little boy when President Tower was overthrown 1980. When you go down for us, I know what that difference is. It caught my attention. I want to my interest in the liberalization policy. That business had only this business to be sold to Liberia only. And I asked why they had that sign that they explained to me that was a law Tower had made to create wealth, to create a middle class. That business had it for sale for a long period of time. I think it was $25,000. It was dead. It cost everything was dead. But when the Joe government took over, people were ignorant. They just went to school. But people were cooperating to close down all these businesses. I'm telling you that our government official as well as legislature, called Bureau for Domestic Trade. There is nobody who will sit in that office or not be a rich person in Liberia.
Bureau for what?
Take their money in Commerce Ministry.
Okay.
Bureau for Domestic Trade. Because that bureau is somehow responsible for the implementation of the liberalization policy. They are the one that will check anybody in the business, but they know where they make their money. So, see the government in the pocket, people know what they're talking about. No government opinion Liberia that I know of since I've been I spoke on the behalf of the Liberian people, honestly. All they are thinking is blah. Therefore, why not? Because the people, we are very ignorant. We don't like each other. So at the end of the day, people come and get rich on top of our head. But you see it. But then we was a scene for no 70 countries. The amount of people that are so concerned about Liberia, the amount of people that are in this country, they don't take goes to Liberia. Just to be a part of the economy. My brother, some people here lose their property. Some of the Liberian people in Liberia have lost their property. The banks, they took loans just to do business in Liberia. And the government official that put and lost over 2 containers. They only the leadership what the guy named that guy. That government, all the people that come to government, they can do it. They are not sophisticated. They different. They got master's degree. One country where all the Liberian computer engineers and computer all kind of guys revenue receive. They got one place called World Trade Center. In the 21st century, they go off. Right now, a lot of people frustrated. We have lost thousands of dollars. The boy has lost what they trying to do business for real like Britain, America. Only Lebanese and Indian will benefit from Liberia with the Turkish, the Chinese. Until we people will get rise up to the occasion. When investing O'Neill, I'm going to be there to support O'Neill area to secure his area. When association, the Liberian contractor should also support being solidarity with the association to defend the sector. But in support for the business community, when the president is doing nothing, he just said with them, when you go to talk, government official, that, oh, my man, leave this thing alone. Leave this thing alone. All these tell me who's, oh, my man, leave this thing alone. This one, oh, my man, leave this thing. Come, see what you can do. That's how it is. But walk out the country in America, my brother. You don't have to go to school in America to get education. You see the people with the wrong government. Everybody in the government have worked in America. No, every city they make got their own city governance. They issue zoning work. They issue building code work. But they go to all of it and see and learn. Posted Billion Alley, Liberian posted the one. In America, you fool to do it. Before you run a video, you go through. No unsatisfied carpenter or contractor will do any work in any cities around here. And all our men in the government know it. But when they get to Liberia, they ride on the ignorance of our people. They ride on the ignorance of our people. You see our people there fighting on behalf of bad governance and bad government. So when they put people in America, they say, who are advocating with all on social media, when they get to Liberia, they say, my man, you can't join the people, join them. That's how Liberia is. Until we can have a lead, who wants to lead. That we don't need 50% to change it. Just one person we need. One person.
Okay.
And because we have a substitute presidency, we just need a president that will be firm. That means well for Liberia. In 6 months, there will be a transformation in Liberia.
Okay.
People not have to learn. They don't have to change. They don't have to accept. Just one leader we need.
Do you
Transform our country.
Okay, as we try to leave you now, do you, with your last statement, do you think anything of that can come from the current administration?
Well, to be honest with you, the situation we have in Liberia is that because the ignorance of people who always elect bad government officials, the unity government headed by President Joseph Boyka in the 21st century, it will not make any transformation. But what happened, what will help President Boyka to succeed is the full estate. You, the full estate, the media. Only the media can help the government to make it. Because you need, in the 21st century, you need a president that is energetic, that can do his own research independently.
So when the media see this bad news, the thing we just flag it and bring it to the president's attention.
The president because of the proliferation of media now, social media, they're growing, they're trying to, therefore, we're all actually trying to, maintain their smartphone to follow social media. That one, everybody will be praising us. Who supported the government to come to power? Anyway, we're not making that we're making that for exposing the implement which is going to be for no time. So we really praying and hoping for you. We're telling God, thank you every day that I can sit in America, listen to all the radio stations, read people, and have a flow inside of what's going on in Liberia. Unlike in the past, we never had such opportunity. You see, so with the media right now, and gradually, every election cycle is helping the country gain to know the importance of elected officials. So we just have to continue trying to help succeed. But it will not be the way we want it to happen over time because the old man can be up, he can research, it depends on people to tell him what to do, it depends on people to tell him. They will say one thing, the boy do another thing. If the information don't get to him through the public, they'll just succeed with what they're doing. And before I leave you, there's one thing I want to comment on that has to do with a seafood when it comes to CTM.
Mm.
Excuse me, and that has to do with what you call Metex. I want to strongly believe
Metex solution. Metex solution.
Metex solution, the one that took over from me.
Okay.
I want to make a comment about that. Yes, that program. And the reason why us in the shipping industry without frown on it or complain compared to BVAC, which is also a renowned company that does a lot of good job in free shipment around the world. BVAC didn't succeed in Liberia because of the same bad government we have. The government will always manipulate the BVAC to suppress us. And let me give you an indication. The world over, and everybody's supposed to ride what they can afford to ride. But during the ministerial ship or what they got on it, who was an American who left from here, who went to Liberia, but had no other strategy to generate money for Liberia or to decrease wealth, use government offices to increase poverty by saying, oh, card this age, card that age can come to Liberia. So they succeeded in suppressing us through BVAC that gave BVAC a lot of that institution. You know, BVAC, when I entered the shipping industry in America, we had a choice to ship anything we want to ship. They came up with a strategy that ship this car. Then came up with another strategy to say, all right, instead of having 7 free days at the Freeport Morgan, you will have only 5 free days. So there's been nothing they have instituted in Liberia. But people so they can, you know, be aware of them. This thing that was shocked to know. UAE, Dubai, that rich country. If you ship a container to Dubai, before your container reach there, you can tell the port, look, I want my container to reach there at the port and let me there for 12 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days. 10 people will come and pick up my container. In Liberia, they charge 35, 40, $50. Then they will keep those containers that overstay for 3-4 years. The essence of storage is to have room to bring in more cargo. But in Liberia, because the guys want to make the Liberian that APN terminal is one of the poverty increasing machine in Liberia. That concession is a bad concession. That APN terminal is one of the institutions that are poverty in our country. They will keep your car go to that place 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They didn't get ready. They bring your container, they put it outside, they what they want to bring all your foods that you credited money for to buy all right in in a logical country. You don't go there, my man, your car go be here 3 months. Then you stay there 3 months. We will check it, will bring you to the law regulating the Freeport. They take all of the high. When you ask them, oh, look at our website, look at the website, you can't see anything. And no government official, my brother, the INRC, International Finance Corporation, said I work with them. Their duty was to make sure they work with all the institutions to put policies in place. They have big rules, how many days to register a business, how long it takes to do this, how long it takes to do that. All the information on the cautions are public by the time the guy took all they took all the things down so that the people can be ignorant, they can live by the teachings of those in authority. Liberia is the only business you can see the power of government officials. In America, we don't know who is the director of performance, we don't know who is this, you don't have so now we get, oh my god, man, our people suffering, man.
Okay.
We need a leader, man.
All right.
We need a leader.
Great, Philip Woods, thank you so much. I look forward to bringing you on another time, man. Yes, all this investment at the local businesses like Brian should be doing exclusive. I will take some time, at least to do a whole hour where you interact with callers because we're losing the country gradually. Today you see stores for rent or lease, all by owned by foreigners everywhere in the city. Stores rent or lease, rent or lease, rent or lease everywhere. The local businesses that our people should be doing are all been occupied by foreigners all doing it. So I look forward to bringing you on another time, Philip.
I would appreciate it. In fact, I'm gonna grab your phone because I run out some policies, but they right to my fingertips. On my phone, I share with Nigeria. I got it on my Facebook page. I got it all whatever we have.
Share some with Oya.
Yeah, so
Just try it immediately when you drop the line.
Okay. Of course, yes, because we'll use your experience being Secretary General of the Business Association. Thank you.
I will share with you.
Yes, thank you. All right.
So much.
Great. Thank you. So yes,
Thank you so much.
thank you. Thank you. Superintendent.
What is soup say? But you can enter the soup.
Yeah,
Big man.
so yeah, big man. So you can call, I'll pick you up. The superintendent Monserrat, the commissioner in.
Yes,
I mean,
please get a commissioner.
yeah, have the commissioner in, but I mean, Philip Woods, okay, let's pick up the superintendent of Monserrat County, Warren Bryan. Warren is his first calling Van Mobile since being appointed. Warren, good morning. Welcome to the TBS.
Why does you always be issued with
No, that's not. I'm just saying, since being superintendent, that is your first calling on the show. Good morning. Yes.
It's always a pleasure being on the show. Let me say good morning to you and your co-host, my personal friend, Garcia.
Yeah, thank you.
So I just wanted to squeeze in a question for Mr. Philip. Mr. Philip very extensively. And the last part, about what he said, you don't know who the secretary of commerce, blah, 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 in America, because it's because of the way the corporation laws, the local government system. That's just it. Nothing good and nothing bigger, but as you want to do business in Maryland, you have to come way you got to know who the NPA for manager.
Okay.
TJ, that's what the for manager there. And they play the local authority right there, the commerce person, and all kind of stuff. You got to go way there. That is the thing. Lastly, you can do this, and then when you come back when you're showing it, like asking, what does he know about the $30 million that was given by Bob Jackson to Liban? You know, Bob Jackson, an American billionaire, Bob Jackson gave Liban Labor Business Association $1,000
Okay.
when they were on a Kennedy hotel stuff, you know.
Okay.
So I guess also bring us up to speed.
Okay.
Was telling what he knows about that money.
All right. Great. I mean, it's a good one. So thank you. Thank you. Yes. You are bro. The parable there, right? Yes, thank you. It's a interesting one. Good for our society. Like I capture one thing as we go for a break. I'm seeing the Commissioner of Congress already in the studio. That's good. Philip said something. The media will help the government, and I want government to always listen.
I don't know whether the government even understands that.
Yes. Government used to know, right? We are member of this fourth estate, and we'll help you. Yes, there are important issues. Don't leave the media out. Anyway, let's go for a break. Yes, the Commissioner of Congress in the studio. Yes, let's go our break. This is a TBS 641.
My people, y'all hello. That Orange Money Care and Manga has bring you good news from Orange Money. With your Orange Money account, you can pay your DSTV bill at any time from anywhere.
Your family members abroad need to send you money? Worry no more. Henceforth, receive your international money transfers from Europe, USA, and South Africa made via Western Union, MoneyGram, and many more directly into your Orange Money account. At Orange Money,
Yeah.
Yes, so we have this money. Let's have the honorable commissioner on TV, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, amen, amen.
It may yes, Smiley.
Yeah, one Friday.
Yeah, one day we'll see where it Brian.
Yeah, so
One day we'll see where it Brian.
yeah, exactly.
We'll see you
exactly. We'll bring the Subia one
We'll
day.
see you
too.
present.
So we have the honorable commissioner of the township of Congotown, one of the oldest townships in the country, and Mr. Edward Hutton Lahai is here this morning, that we indicated in our lineup this morning. So we're going to have him here this morning. Chief, good morning.
And it's a pleasure being here. I see some massive improvement here, and the studio is very illustrious, and I'm pleased to be here.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yes, again, let me say officially congratulations on your preferment by the President of the Republic of Liberia to serve your country in that capacity. Tell us, how are you this morning, and how is the township of Congotown?
I'm doing pretty good, and the township of Congotown is moving on gradually. And as you rightly said, we are one of the oldest townships in the Republic of Liberia. The township of Congotown was established in 1924. So this year we will be celebrating our centennial because we will be turning 100 years. And 100 years of existence means a lot. And as a young man taking on this responsibility in the 100 years of existence of the township of Congotown, I believe this is not the time to complain. This is not the time to play bling game. Now we have the responsibility to find problems and solve them. And that is what we are here for.
That is great. What a township clocking 100, and a young man like you, do you have that power, that capacity to govern this township with this long history?
Yes, I believe that, running a township like Congotown doesn't need anybody who will be selfish. You need to be open. You need to incorporate others. You need to be somebody who will accept ideas, suggestions coming from other people. You need to involve everyone, community leaders, you leaders. Collectively, we will achieve, and we have already started to show that at the early stage, because when we took over the township of Congotown, in the very short period that we have, operated there, you can see some changes. When we went there, the building was almost falling to the ground. And I told my people, we cannot sit in this building and it fall on us one day. We need to renovate it. And we immediately announced immediate renovation. And currently, when you go to the office, it's transformed beyond expectation. In fact, I can announce to you that in the Republic of Liberia, we are the only township that have internet service in our building. And we decided to improve the township capacity by creating several departments, because the township should not be considered a place that is a small operational space. No, the township is big, and we must build our capacity to be able to render the services that the people need. So we improve capacity. We were able to bring on some volunteers who are very energized and willing to render voluntary services to the township, and we are doing well with that, improving the departments. There was no computer there. Now we can boast of full computers, no electricity. Now we have electricity. And some mini transformation, the conference room completely empty, double joint desks completely spoiled. We changed that. We have TV now in the conference room. The building is changed, and sometimes people come to the place and then they say, "Oh, Chief, we thought they played our Jet police station." And you cannot, a lot of the times we see these government offices as not our own, so we don't treat it like one. I believe that where you work is your second home, because you spend most of your time there. Sometimes I go home 10 o'clock in the night, 11 o'clock in the night, making sure we get things happening. How can I be in a place that is not conducive? So we made efforts to make sure that we transform that place, and people who are interacting with the office are very pleased, and the people of Congotown are proud.
Commissioner Lahai, tell us, your vision for the township. Like commonly we would say, what do you bring on the table?
We bring a lot to the table, and we have already started putting stuff on the table already. What we believe is that we want to make sure that, first of all, we unite our people. We want to reconcile them, and we have started making some moves in our area. Communities that have electoral dispute, we are moving in there to make sure we solve them, and we are engaging community leaders to make sure that they are involved with the township activities. And we want to make sure that we form a united front so that we be able to engage the problems that are faced with the township. 100 years is not joke. We need all hands on decks, the influential people, stakeholders, everyone, business people. We need them to join us to make sure that we work together in transforming the township. The township need to have some level of transformation. When I came there was stockpile of dirt in the streets, in the markets. I went to one market on the old road. The people had dirt piled up all the way to the top of the table where they sell. And I needed to engage the market authority. I told them we need to work together to remove this dirt. And we contacted our CBE. They came there. We removed all the dirt. Currently, you go to that market, it's clear, no dirt there. We want to maintain a clean township. We want to make sure that waste management, sanitation is paramount. We want to make sure we tackle the issue of drugs. And one of the things we believe is that the issue of drugs, we normally just sit back and we don't provide information to these young people. I believe that the young people need, some level of information about the harm of these drugs. So we are going to set up a team that will do massive information sharing about the effect of those drugs, negative effect of those drugs, and we will go to high schools, we'll go to the community variety shops where the young men sit, we reach there, we engage them, we tell them the harm about the drugs, so that at least when we provide more information, I believe when we provide more information to these young people, it will reduce the amount of new users, So we want to create information sharing system to reduce the issue of drugs. And those that are already involved, we are working on plan to make sure that we try to minimize, the uses of drugs in the township of Congo Town. A lot of the times you go in 11 o'clock, you see young men and, lying in shops. They are lying on the floor. Some of them are lying clearly on the streets. They are not dead. They are alive, but because they are taking in these drugs, they normally don't feel uncomfortable in these places. I was walking the other day and I saw a whole group of young men. All of them have soul on their foot. Everybody, you see them walking, So the drug is now creating, some level of amputation for these young men. We need to pay attention to them, or else with the next generation that we're talking about might not even be in a position to manage this country. So we are working along with these young people. We want to make sure that we put certain things in place. One of the issues we have is revenue generation. Revenue generation is the biggest constraint faced by the township of Congo Town. We want to make sure that we solve that problem. We want to make sure that we work on creating streams of revenue and also assist national government with the issue of employing young people. We can have over 91,631 people in the township, majority of them young people, and the township, which is the local government office, cannot create opportunity for these young people. No way. So what we are doing is to work along with stakeholders within the township to make sure that we put in programs, plans, and policies that will create opportunities for these young people. Education, we want to make sure that we pay attention to education. We'll be doing school inspection very soon. Before school open, we need to inspect the school to make sure some of them are up to the standard, because you go to some of the, I saw one school along the boulevard the other day, they are completely in the swamp. We are going to invite them very soon to have a conversation with them. You cannot keep students in the swamp. No, we want to make sure that these schools are up to standards. We want to make sure that we encourage them to do certain things to improve learning. So there are a lot of things that we will bring to the table, but gradually we want to start slowly, and starting slowly means we have to start doing some things now, even though we are challenged. We don't have money, but we need to work together to make sure. The last time we had a highlight from the expert that Congo Town will be a hard zone for flood. We cannot wait for the flood to come before we start to find solution for the problem. No, so I called community leaders, we have meetings, and we started drainage cleaning and waterways opening. Simple solutions we can find for some of these problems once we are united, and that is why we are key on uniting the people of Congo Town.
Yeah, so even though you just mentioned, but one of the key questions I wanted to ask is your capacity, financial capacity to deliver on that vision that you just laid out. I don't know what is there in the national budget for the township, but how other ways do you intend to maybe raise funds to support your vision?
Okay, so the current position that I sit in requires a lot of innovation.
Okay.
If you don't innovate, you'll be strangulated. You will stay in our office, and possibly you will leave without any history. So innovation is key here. So when we started to review some of the ways we can bring in revenue, one way we saw was that in the entire township, you see people park on the main streets, and these people go, sit to places, they have what they want to do, but the township is not benefiting from these things. So I told my people we need to institute something called the township parking, where when you come and you park your car, you pay small money to the township, you stay there for some hours, and then you leave, we get some money. So the township
Is
parking,
that a similar thing I've been seeing in Central Monrovia?
yeah, so we
Okay.
want to bring it to the township. So the township parking, we have meeting with Vero, car parking lots. We have meeting with the transport union, the motorcyclist union, tricyclist union. We are making sure they are informed that this is coming. They need to be a part of it. So we are involving them. Next week, Tuesday at 11 o'clock, we will launch the parking system in the township. That will create employment for some of the young people, and it will also create revenue for the township. There are several other ideas that we are putting together to create streams of income for the township. Our biggest form of getting revenue is through municipal taxes, right?
Okay.
We should be collecting our own municipal taxes. Now,
Is that what is it now, or is something
no,
about it?
currently we are not collecting our own municipal taxes.
Because that is what under the MCC?
No, it's not squarely under the MCC. What happened was that we had an agreement with the MCC which is expired, right?
Okay.
We had an agreement with the MCC which is expired, and because of that, MCC collected taxes in the township for some period of time, right?
Okay.
Now, what we want to do is to make sure that these agreements are revisited because we are here to do things differently, right? I took over the township, municipal revenues were collected, but Chief, the township account is dormant. If the township account is dormant, it means there was no money going there. Now we want to make sure money go into those accounts. The young people we are bringing, they are willing to volunteer for some period of time, but at a certain point in time, they need to be compensated for their services to the township. We need to have a conversation on revamping and create a capacity for various townships around the country, including Congo Town, to start to collect their own municipal taxes, because that is the only way these townships will improve, right? We can't be struggling and arguing capacity years in, years out. No, we need to improve on the argument of capacity. I cannot be 6-7 years. Congo Town Township now supposed to be talking about having their own system of removing waste. We should not be worrying about removing waste now. We're supposed to have trucks, right? Okay, we're supposed to be talking about having a fire service station within the township. We're supposed to be talking about having, several other activities that are supposed to be decentralized according to the national government structure. So the local government is there to also connect the local residents to what government is trying to implement as a policy or as a program, right? So we're talking about sanitation. If we are to remove waste, there are several things we need to remove waste. We need revenue. So we need to also lobby. We need to engage our people. They need to get involved. So we are finding means to create all these streams of income. When these streams of income are created, I can assure you the Congo Township will be a better place to be, because currently we don't have any money. But go and see what we are doing. We are doing a lot. We are trying to engage our people. We are solving problems gradually. If we have resources, I can assure you that in the next 2-3 years, you will see Congo Town as a different place to be with the mindset that we have for the township.
I know you may be having some conversations with maybe relevant government institutions, maybe including the Monrovia City Corporation, the Pinsville City Corporation, for collaboration But what about the private sector? Let's hear what kind of work do you intend to do with the private sector?
Yes, so the private sector also, we need to engage them. We need to have conversation with them. We need to put out some proposals and ask other people who are capacitated to assist the township. We need to lobby. In this position, we also need to create other alternative sources. And so to do that, you need to have some level of lobbyistic strength. Some of the things we are doing, if we could not lobby with some of our friends and other people who believe that we're supposed to be assisted in the capacity that we are to solve some of these problems, we will not achieve some of the things that we are achieved so early. So I believe we need to engage those in the private sectors. Let me tell you, there are some private citizens who are also willing to support. What they want to see is your seriousness and your commitment to deliver to country. Because a lot of the times people get in this position, they are selfish. Imagine you don't have television at your office, but you have about 65 or 80-inch TV in your living room to your house. And basically sometimes it doesn't mean anything. Imagine somebody sitting in a township office that is falling and they don't care. Is it a government place? That place should be considered your place because you are a Liberian and you are given an opportunity to serve there. That place should be considered your place. So every transformation that will be comfortable for you should be comfortable for that place. And so that is the mindset that we have, and we are going to engage all relevant authorities that we can engage to make sure that Congo Town can start receiving some of the best support to transform the township.
The current administration won the election on the message of transparency, accountability, good governance, fight against corruption. What kind of measures have you put in place to ensure accountability, especially at the level of the Congo Township Commission? You are engaging partners, you are engaging other relevant government institutions for assistance, just in case some of these things turn out to be fruitful. What kind of measures are you putting in place for accountability? Because tomorrow, if you leave that office, somebody will come say, "Well, we want to do an audit," for example, or even while you are still there, somebody say, "Well, we need to do an audit of the township activities." Let's hear you.
Currently, nobody can do any audit at Congo Township because the system is not there, right?
Okay.
What I am doing is to create the opportunity for me to be audited when I leave.
Okay.
I am creating a financial system at the township that is going to track the inflow and outflow of all monies coming in and going out. That bank account that was dormant, the process is on to currently activate that bank account. We also created a mobile money account.
So the whole township account been sleeping.
I think it was almost dead.
Wow.
Yes, and the township account will soon be activated. We created a mobile money account for the township quite recently.
Okay.
And we set up a financial, and a proper financial recording system is being worked on.
Okay.
What we want to do is to create a system where when another commissioner comes, you will not have to struggle like the way I am struggling now.
Okay.
So we are setting up these systems, and I can assure you we will make sure that we'll keep track of finances coming in and going out so that there can be a system that when Edward Laha leaves the township of Congo Town, when another commissioner comes, he can have the opportunity to audit, right? Currently, I cannot audit the past administration. A lot of the people that deal with don't even have receipts, right? They don't have receipts. So a lot of the people come to you for issues, and then you ask them, where your receipt? They put on, give me receipt. We have introduced a system where every transaction at the township of Congo Town, people will have receipts. There will be a recording system to capture all those who pay money to the township.
What is the biggest source of income?
Municipal. That's the only thing we can get a lot of money from. Municipal taxes. Okay. Yes. If you collect your own municipal taxes, you get a lot of money. But if the issue of capacity keep being an argument, you will have to collaborate with other municipalities,
okay.
To make sure that you achieve your goal as a local government structure.
So one of the latest activities was the somebody said you commissioned some young people to serve as securities in the township. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
So the township has something they call the tax force. Before it used to be constable. They used to
Okay.
call them constable. Now it was transformed. They call it the tax force. So when I went there, I did a review
Hello?
of the various departments. There were not many departments active. The only office that were active in that place are the clerk office, and that's all. The rest of the other departments were dead. There was no finance officer, nothing.
Mm.
So I asked, I said, how many people in the task force here? There was only one man in the task force in the township. One. Imagine one man trying to enforce ordinance for a township that has over 91,000 plus people. You will not make it.
It's unrealistic.
Yeah, in fact, you can't go. You can't go anywhere to go do anything. So that brother was strangulated. You are just over there, like I'm the task force commander, but he didn't have the support. So when I saw it, I said, no, we need to work on something. What we need to do is to make sure that we improve on the task force. Because sometimes you go to these places, you see traffic congestions, all road. You come to, in fact, we have done a little work to Boulevard Junction, so it's a little bit free. The next place we are trying to pay attention to now is Oro, because some of the times to pass through Oro is not easy. So these task force, I say from one, at least they improve it. We can bring additional 14 men to join, you, so that at least we have 15%. And that 15%, we can be able to deploy them so that they enforce ordinance within the township. Because the township should have its own security, even though they can be assisted or out of it. Sometimes we want to do some things and you call and the post say you need to write letter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to follow all those channels before you get through, something will get damaged. So we brought these young men, residents of the township, who been eager to render service to their country. In fact, all of them even agreed to come as a volunteer for a period of time. And they said they want to volunteer to the township, and we took them in. We provided some level of training from them, and yesterday we uniformed them, and we paraded them at the office and around the park, and they are pleased that at least they are part of, helping their country.
Okay.
So we have them there, and in the coming days, they will be helping us to enforce some of the ordinances that we want to enforce. Chief, some of the people, they live in the fence, right outside the fence on the main road. They got big bush there. They don't want to break it. And it's just there. Some of the people sell, they sell food. You go to their food places, they got the food right here cooking. They got there right close to the food. Some of them got big junior line right near their food place. They're not cleaning the junior, they're there just partying up. We need these people to go there and see these things and make sure these people, these people correct some of these mistakes they've been making for a very long time. That's the only way we can fix this country.
Okay. Yeah, so as we try to link up with the public to have some interaction, tell us what next in the pipeline. The last time was a massive cleanup campaign across the township. The next one was the training and commissioning of those you call the enforcers, whether the tax force or you call them security. What's next?
One of the most paramount things that we have to pay attention now as a township is the opening of waterways and drainages. When the expert alert you that you are a hard zone for flood, you don't wait. We are already in the rainy season. One of the hardest zones, we will be there tomorrow to have a conversation with the young people. They need to get involved. Divine Time. We'll be in Divine Time tomorrow to have a conversation with the young people so that they join us, so that we work together to open waterways in these places. We are not 100% solving the problem. What we're trying to do is to minimize it. We're trying to minimize it because if we don't take some small steps now, in the heat of the rainy season, will be overwhelmed by complaints and crowd from our citizens. So we cannot wait. What we're trying to do to solve that problem is to engage the community leader, organize community meeting. Those community meetings, the people that we are encouraging to be there the most are the young people. And then we can go there, motivate them, mobilize them, and we go to the community and do a whole day of work, maybe a day or two. Open these waterways and all these drainage lines. We already started in some of the communities. We want to continue this and make sure that some of the communities that will be affected heavily, we can go there at least. That creates some level of relief for these people by minimizing the stock, water in the place, and then it just overflows some of the buildings. And some of our people, let me tell you, one of the things that we started stopping already is new construction in the wetland. The wetland is being overtaken. You go to some of these places, you see people building story buildings in the wetland. They are building all over. And when you build in a wetland, Chief, when the rainy season comes, the water will come for you.
Sure.
So these people who build around those places where there are wetland, we want to work along with them so that we open the waterway so that the water just flow freely. When the water flow freely, at least you can be there, the water will not take over you all the time. At least sometimes when the rain falls small, you'll be able to sleep in your room. But if it get heavy, there is a 7-day rain that we can talk about. When that rain comes, Chief, it will disturb our people. So we are finding solution for reducing flood in the township. That is our biggest challenge right now.
Okay, folks, you're listening to the Truth Breakfast Show. The last segment we have this morning with us, the Honorable Commissioner of the Township of Congo Town, Edward Lahai, is our guest here this morning. For your interaction, call us on 0777-285961. Again, 0777-285961 is the number you can call to participate. 0777-289561 is the number. Let's take the first caller this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Don't hold the line. Good morning. Good morning. We're great. Go ahead.
I'm very Sharif, and I work for the Social Justice Community Rescue. So I really want to appreciate the situation of Mr. Lahai. So, like, just explain all conditions and our such, achieve our arrest. So, this is kudos for you. Thank you so much. Today, I make my day. I really want to see you doing better in our township because our township is very, very artistic. I live there, I work there, I know how so thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Good morning.
Good morning, Mecca.
Morning. Please lower the volume of your receiver, please.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you this morning. I'm so excited to hear the voice of Mr. Lahai. I think he will be one of the best commissioners of our town. It's always good to give young people the opportunity. So I want to be grateful to the current government for preferring our man Lahai to take care of the township. I can assure you that within a period of time, you'll see that play getting from one step to another. So I want to say thank you. I say thank you to your team guests.
Thank you so much for joining the conversation. This caller. Good morning. Great. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Please stay away from the radio small. You're giving some kind of feedback. Or you lower the volume. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you for your participation. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Charles Eric Trumpet. I'm called to say thank you to the Honorable Commissioner.
So you're not as a commissioner, any question you'll just be praising him, eh?
Well, I think the thing about the commissioner is, I mean, something that's one of the best appointments I've ever been in the government. If one person was best suited for that job, and he goes to the job with very huge experience, he goes to the job with very big ambitions, and I mean, you can see the lack of months he started working. The whole township of it had a new facelift. That's what happened. You have potential young men working. I can say to you now, from having a one-time force officer, we got 15 now. And there are a series of other things that are going on in our community. People are getting flooded, the whole country was being flooded. No rules, no order. The teachers are all gone. People think about we're not going home, now you get trying. Because a young man who is very passionate is moving around and making sure there's
Okay, yeah, you slip off. Thanks, but your points were clear. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Baka.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Abel Matali Johnny from Marketing Country.
Okay.
I want to say thanks to the youngest commissioner ever, and I wish we the marketing will answer the commissioner.
We will do the survey to know whether he's the youngest.
Yeah, I have a question for him because I think he's speak up. But I'm concerned about the one of our sisters who are there in Akwatan doing politician or politician job, what would be a function to what they do younger when you speak concerned with the trust card? So what is the next step concerned for our sisters that are doing politician job all around Akwatan belt? Thank you.
The other question, I don't know. No, man, if you call, you should be able to lower the volume of your radio. Let me just say your radio because the way I'm saying your receiver, maybe you don't understand. So if you call, you lower the volume of your radio so that we can have that feedback coming in. But I think one of the biggest challenge, which is also a very good initiative, is this clearing of the waterways and the drainages, because there are predictions that there will be huge rains and flooding this year. So I think you should really take that one. And we want, I think, people in the private sector to support the township with that initiative. Good morning.
good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, and good morning to your senior guest, the Honorable Commissioner.
Good morning.
So well, my name is Yeba. I call from the road.
Okay.
I have a concern about the township. The township is surrounded with wetland. And I will know that the wetland, the construction of structure in the wetland can cause flooding. We know there are a group of people that are in that township that are masquerading and claiming the wetlands, say that their inheritance, and they're selling it all here, they're disturbing other people. What the commissioner intends to do with those people with those wetlands, how will he intervene to make sure the wetlands are not a problem to the township?
Okay, you will answer that, but I will help you to answer too. Good morning. Because that one you have to the relevant authorities, bringing these kind of issues to their attention to take the appropriate actions. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
My name is Benny Johnson. I'm calling from the township in District number 5, right?
Okay.
I would like to see the Honorable Commissioner of video for all of the things that he has explained in South Derry of the township of Town. And at the moment, we come out with that kind of passion. I think it takes a lot to have that kind of person, especially for the kind of country we find ourselves. And so I pray that God will give him more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to take everything and it's just on the video. So I would like to say a big thank you to him. And I pray that God give him the strength to go through everything. And I pray that God will provide the necessary forms for you to go through those work that you got. So, Honorable Commissioner, I would like to say thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you. Most of the time it's hard for women to call on shows, even though they're fighting for their voice. Yeah, this is the final call. Please lower your monitor. Good morning.
Good morning, Maga, and good morning to Mr. Lara.
Good morning.
Yeah, Maga, I want to ask the Honorable Commission because you're talking about increasing manpower. You have a lot of good agenda for the township of Congo Town.
when you visit the national government?
Okay, you will answer. Chief,
Mhm.
you listen to your people.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you to all of the callers, your commendation and all of the sweet words you said to me are some of the reason why I am motivated to continue to do what I'm doing. Somebody spoke about the preservation of the wetland.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say a very big thank you to the representative of District Number 5, Madam Priscilla Abraham Cooper, who introduced a bill for the preservation and the utilization of the wetland for economic purposes. And we who are government officials in these places where they have a lot of wetland, we need to put our feet to the ground to begin preserving these wetlands. Some people are already there, right? We need to find a way to stop more people from encroaching on the wetland. And that is what we have started doing already. Somebody spoke about somebody having D for the wetland. That is true. A case came before me, and the guy was claiming the entire wetland in the area. He said he got D. So I told him, I said, where D? He brought a D. I told him, I said, this D is your pathway to praising. Because the environmental protection law is very clear on the issue of wetland. You cannot construct. You cannot even throw a stone into the wetland. The wetland is supposed to be preserved. So when we had a conversation, and then I think at a certain point in time, he said, Chief, that whole land you're taking is for government. And I believe that we need to start providing information to our people. A lot of them are not informed. Even the squatter right permits we give to our people, a lot of the people who have squatter right are not informed, even though it is written on the paper. But because a lot of the people who gave these squatter rights don't go to the people to explain to them, they don't come back to the township. So if you have squatter right, you're supposed to come to the township to just pay 1,000 Liberian dollar every year. That is why I saw on the book. 1,000 Liberian dollar every year. But a lot of these people who the government gives squatter right to, they don't pay that money. Some of them can owe 30 years, 40 years. So I think we need to provide more information to the public. Those that reside in the township, some of these activities, the preservation of wetland, we need to start engaging the community. We need to provide information. Some of the people go constructing a wetland, they don't go anywhere for permit to get any qualification to build that. They just go start building. So at the end of the day, when you construct a building, it falls back into the swamp. So we need to find a way to preserve this wetland, and gradually we will work along with it, beginning with providing the information to our people. And then somebody talk about why I'm contributing to national government. Currently,
that one there, when you finish with that one, are you closing?
Currently, we have not started generating revenue, but my lay resources I get already contributing to the government by making sure that I empower my people to carry on some of these things. When we start to collect revenues and enforce the payment of those municipal taxes by all the residents of the township, I can assure you that we can do a lot of contribution to national government. And let me say this. I met an old man on the road by Washington, and he said one thing to me. I don't forget. I will never forget about that. He said to me, you young men are the energy for the transformation and the development of this country. That is one of my biggest motivation. And so every day I say to my people, when we come here, we need to do something new. And with that motivation, I can assure the public and the people of Congo Town that in the next few years, we'll have a lot of transformative things going around.
Okay. Thank you. So finally, maybe just in 15 seconds.
Okay. So the residents of Congo Town, thank you for, accepting me. Thank you for working with me. Thank you for being very supportive. I look forward to your continued support. Let us work together as a team to solve the problem that Congo Town have. Let's make Congo Town great again. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. The voice of Commissioner Edward Houghton Lahai of the Township of Congo Town. He's been our last segment guest on the show this morning. Thanks to all of you who follow us on Real TV Live and those who followed by radio and placed their calls to participate on the show. If you didn't get through today, we are sorry. You also get through another time. My name is Marka Davis. Only Ravels have been here Richard Lucining and Maya Torbian have been behind carrying us live on Real TV. Do have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Bye bye.